I just did a rare thing there. I did a second take, which this is the second take. Because I started doing the intro and I got like 2 seconds in and had a very loud belch. And I was going to leave it in, but I thought, you know what? You guys deserve better. And since it was only 2 seconds of my time that I'm losing, I went back and decided I'm going to restart the intro and not keep that burp in. Lucky you. So, we're back to Velvet Owl watches Baywatch Nights. So you don't have to. And no! Once I'm done with these Baywatch Nights, I am not going to move on to Baywatch proper. Because there is a lot of fucking episodes on that. And I'm already, like, sick of the number of episodes of Baywatch Nights that I have to go through. And my goal is to watch them all before I die. And I think that's an admirable destination. Why did I say destination? That's not the word I was looking for. That's an admirable goal, to try to watch every episode of Baywatch Nights before you die. Why not? They have those books like 1001 things that you should watch or read before you die. Which, fuck you. Who are you to tell me how to live my life? Maybe I don't want to listen to some of those albums. You know, you've got 1001 albums I should listen to before I die. I guarantee you, at least 700 of those albums I don't want to listen to, and fuck you, I am not going to. But I will watch every episode of Baywatch Nights before I die. I will not allow myself to die until at least I've watched all the Baywatch Nights. So, and you're listening to this, I am very much alive. Maybe. I don't know. You might be listening in the future after I have already died. But hopefully, if you are at the point where you're listening in the future and I have died, I hopefully will have at least done every episode of Baywatch Nights before then. So, today we've got Season 1, Episode 11, and it's called Takeover. And I'm hoping that, you know, it's a criticism of the corporate world and how corporate takeovers happen. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a takeover of the Hasselhoff Detective Agency. We don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that is to press play. And as usual, I am procrastinating hitting the play button because, yeah, I'm going to have to watch Baywatch Nights. So we start off with this guy and his wife, and he has married way above his level. And I'm not meaning like, wow, she's a 10 or something. She's like a 8, maybe a 7, but he's a 2. So, yeah, I mean, that was kind of mean of me to say she's a 7, because every woman is beautiful. But the guy is fucking butt ugly. So, no matter what level she's at, he has scored way above his level. But he wants to go hang gliding, and she doesn't because she has to go back to the kids. Which she doesn't go back to the kids. Which is lucky, or maybe unlucky, because she sees that, oh no, he has trouble while he's up in the sky hang gliding. Like one of his things comes undone, and he goes plummeting to the ground. And credit where credit is due. This was actually a well-shot sequence. Like, from him hang gliding, with some camera shots of, like, point of view of him hang gliding, to, like, just the way he falls and plummets to the ground and the way everything's edited. It was a fucking good sequence. So, you see, I don't hate on everything Baywatch Nights. I will give it credit when it deserves credit. And it deserves credit for here, up until the point where he actually crash lands. And luckily he isn't too hurt. He's like, he gets up, he's about to brush it off, and BAM! Gets hit by a truck. by a trailer truck. And that's where I will take points away from Baywatch Nights, because that was not well done. It was like sudden slow motion stop on his face, and then you just hear the truck BAM And I wouldn't really have an issue with it if it wasn't that it just came after, like, an actual good action sequence from Baywatch Nights. So, I don't know. I guess the two cancel each other out. And we get the opening credits, which I bring up only for... Which, luckily, I decided to watch the credits this week, because I don't know if it's when exactly the change has been, because Psychic Lady is gone. If you remember from, like, the first few episodes, she's gone. Which, you know, now that I don't see her in the credits, it made me think, like, oh yeah, I haven't seen her for a few episodes. But she's gone. But we get 2 new cast members. And it must be starting this episode, because they were not in the previous episodes. One is a guy with a camera. And I'm guessing that's his thing, because every shot they show of him in the opening credits is him with a camera. So I guess he's going to be like the photographer guy for the detective agency. And then the other cast member, which makes up for losing the hot psychic, because we get hot. I'm guessing she's going to be reprising her role from Baywatch proper, Baywatch days, Donna DeErico. Oh. I don't know anything about her character because I never really watched Baywatch. But she's one of the Baywatch beauties who have been in Playboy. So, lovely. And I'm guessing she has to be reprising her role from Baywatch days. Because that would just be weird if she played like a completely different character. Maybe like her twin sister. Oh man, I would give Baywatch Nights so many like score points. I don't know who's keeping score anyways with these points I'm giving, which I've just started giving like this episode. But if they had her being like her twin sister, oh, that would be magnifique. The chef's kiss. Do chefs actually do the chef's kiss? I've always wondered, like, is that just like a racist Italian stereotype? Because it makes me think of Chef Boyardee, who is a racist Italian stereotype, even though he's real. And went to culinary school. Look it up, kids. So now we got the Hasselhoff Detective Agency that are hanging out at Lou Rawls' bar, because apparently the bar has been sold! What the hell? Lou Rawls was still in the opening credits! Is he gone? Does he just have a contractual... His name stays in the credits? Considering, like, it was like 3 episodes before he even appeared in the show? But it's gone, and they don't know who's the new owner, even though it's been renovated. And remember, the Hasselhoff Detective Agency is, like, above the bar. And they pay rent to Lou Rawls, because he owns the place. So shouldn't they know already, like, at least have some idea of who's bought the place and made some new agreement since they're taking over the lease? And all the waitresses are lined up because they don't know if they're gonna still have a job. And then in walks Donna DeErico. That they think is one of the applying for a job to be one of the new waitresses. But, oh no! That is sexist of you, David Hasselhoff, to think that. Because she is the owner. See? Women can own bars, too. Hashtag feminism. Dude, Baywatch Nights is like a fucking progressive show. This is like the mid-90s, and they've got a woman owning a business. How often did that happen in 90s TV shows? Probably a fair amount. I don't know. I'm sure they've had, female characters who owned, like, babysitting agencies and stuff like that. But, so, Hasselhoff doesn't know Donna DeErico. So, I checked because I'm like, so did Baywatch Nights do, like, what I said and totally just had her play, like, someone else? No, apparently her character was first on Baywatch Nights and then got moved up to Baywatch Days, probably when Baywatch Nights got canceled and probably they integrated the whole thing into Baywatch Days. So does she become So I swear she's a lifeguard in Baywatch Days. So does she become a lifeguard? Or is it just, for the Playboy pictorial, she wore the Baywatch outfit? I don't know. But we've got Donna D'Errico, and you might think it's sexist of me, but I already prefer her to Lou Rawls. Now there's a party, a Caribbean-themed party with steel drums, because this is before Girls Gone Wild completely tainted the very innocence of steel drums. And now, if you hear steel drums, you think, titties are coming out! That's not always the case. And once upon a time, you heard steel drums, and your first immediate reaction wasn't, titties are coming out. But, nowadays, that's... Anyhow, it's being held by the company where the hang glider who got run over worked at. Because this was previously planned, and, they got clients to think about. So, they have to put on the front. And David Hasselhoff is there because he's friends with some of the bigwigs. And so he's dancing with Angie Harmon, and, she asks him not to bite. And he's like, I don't bite. Hard. Like, oh, the sexual tension. Will you guys just fuck already? Though I'm pushing for Angie Harmon and Garner to hook up, because Hasselhoff is a man whore. So you deserve better, Angie Harmon. Actually, now that Donna D'Errico is in the cast, I am gonna push for Angie Harmon and Donna D'Errico to hook up. And they will, in my headcanon. But, so Hasselhoff starts talking to some of the people there, and they don't think it was an accident. They think foul play is afoot. So the Hasselhoff Detective Agency gets introduced to various people at the party, and they're all like, detectives? Good luck, detectives! I know nothing. I mean, really, it's just one guy who did that. And going off of based how basically every episode of Baywatch Nights goes, I think this guy is guilty. Or it could be a red herring to make us think, oh, this guy is guilty, but he really isn't. But, no, Baywatch Nights doesn't play like that. My money is on this guy. He is guilty. He's acting too guilty. So guilty that he has to be guilty. Some people act so guilty that, they gotta be innocent to throw us off the track. This guy is so guilty that he has to be guilty. But then another one of the rich top-level executives, he decides to go take his yacht out for reasons at night. I don't know. What rich people do. Rich people are not like you and me. They don't play by our rules. They're like, take my yacht out at night? Fuck yeah! And then, kaboom, yeah! Yacht blows up. Another one of the management has been taken down. He's not dead yet. He's not dead, because the next day at the hospital, here's David Hasselhoff in his Adidas bomber jacket! I'm glad. I think it's been a couple episodes that he didn't wear it. And, I guess the check from Adidas cleared this week. I love this bomber jacket. It is like one of the fucking ugliest things ever. And not garish ugly that makes it cool. It's like just so brown. Just fucking like shit brown. I don't know who would like this. And that's why I like it. It is just such awful. But David Hasselhoff wears it with style. Anyway, he talks to one of the ladies from the management team. And he manages to ask her out for a dinner. Just to talk over details. Try to figure out who would want to kill people so bad just for a takeover. No, can't be that. Because corporate takeovers are bloody in a figurative sense. This is getting bloody in a literal sense. Because I forgot to mention, apparently one of the other management guys got killed in a fire. Though I'm wondering, because now that I'm thinking back of the first guy, the hang glider, I was going to say he didn't get actually killed by the hang gliding accident. It was just a random truck came and got him. So that was lucky for whoever's trying to kill these people off. Yeah, so the guy that was blown up in the boat, he's in the intensive care unit because he's dying. You know, they're saying, like, oh, he might be able to pull through. No, he's dying. He's dead. I don't know, he might pull through. But his wife's there by his side. And here comes Hasselhoff in his Adidas bomber jacket. Remember, you just can't resist. And he puts his arm around the guy's wife like, there, it's gonna be okay. I know it, but I know. I see through Hasselhoff's, like, charade. Like, he's pretending like, oh, you know, I'm here to support you. You know, if your husband dies, I'll be here. My arms are open, and you can rest assured in my cock. I was trying so hard to get a good pun there, and it just fell apart. Yeah. But, like I'm saying, David Hasselhoff is gonna fuck her the minute her husband dies. It's just the way it is. You just have to accept these things. That's life when you're near the Hasselhoff. And so they're going over the evidence from the police. And the police are no help because they believe all these accidents are just accidents. The fire that went down in a 5-star hotel that the smoke detectors didn't go off, accident. Guy hang glider falls apart, accident. Guy's yacht blows up, accident. These are all accidents. I think the cops are either in on it or just don't want to do their fucking job. And either one is very likely, in my opinion. So, Angie Harmon goes to meet with some guy in this business. I don't think I ever got the name of the business or whatever the fuck it is they do. So, it's this business guy. And, I don't know, he's either from this business or one of the other businesses that are trying to take over. But she's going to get some information. And he's like, oh, you're a private dick. And she's like, I wouldn't choose those words, but get it? Because she's not a dick. She doesn't have a dick. But, he's willing to help her because she's got some nice gams. And don't put this on me. We got like 5 shots of her legs and her feet. But not bare feet, so it's not like, creepy Tarantino style. No, it's not that creepy, because she's got shoes on and stockings, because this private dick has some lovely gams. See, she's not a private dick, she's a dame, because she has gams. And I wish I could, take the moral high ground and be like, oh my god, this guy's a pig. He can't even think straight because he's staring at Angie Harmon's legs. But I have no fucking clue what happened in this scene because I was staring at Angie Harmon's legs. Damn it! Damn you, Baywatch Nights! And, because I'm watching these on YouTube, and you can sometimes see, the most replayed parts, and Angie Harmon's gams, they're up there in terms of most replayed parts. So I'm not the only one, and that makes me feel a lot better. So it's time for that date, quote unquote, with the businesswoman from the company where everyone's dying, being murdered. So he takes her a date to the bar that he works above, which luckily it's finally done renovating. In 2 days or something. And down there it goes, she's like, you got any tips on, what I should do to make this bar even better? And he's like, you need a pool table. Not bumper pool, real pool. And she's like, oh, I'll take that into consideration. But, he couldn't spring for, a fancy dinner at a fancy restaurant. He's like, this is the bar that I hang out at all the time. I've got a tab going, still going from the Lou Rawl days, and for some reason Donna D'Errico just transferred my tab over, so I'm still going to have to pay it, damn it. And the date, there's no progress whatsoever in the case or in Hasselhoff's chances of getting laid. But don't feel bad for Hasselhoff. Don't feel bad for him! It's just because he might not be getting laid tonight, and he might still be, as we will see in a couple minutes. Don't feel bad, because the rule is, like, this is 90s Hasselhoff, so if he's not getting laid tonight, he's getting laid twice tomorrow. That is that's the official Hasselhoff model. I don't know, but David Hasselhoff, if you're listening, make that your motto. Even if it's not true. That is such a great motto, I think. If I'm not getting laid tonight, I'm getting laid twice tomorrow. That, I am going to Facebook that. And it will get like 2 likes. Yeah! Maybe I should tweet it to Hasselhoff. Where am I in this episode of Baywatch Nights? I'm so distracted by, like, giving mottos to David Hasselhoff. So anyhow, yeah, like, it's going nowhere, so he's walking her to her car, and she drops the keys, but, you know, thankfully, Hasselhoff is very gracious, and bends down to pick the keys up, and happens to look underneath the car, and oh my god, it's a bomb! We gotta get out of there! So he grabs her, and they jump to safety right as the car blows up! Kaboom! Which, I gotta say, whoever put the bomb there did good work. I don't know, is it, like, it can't be on a timer, right? Is it on, because that would just leave too much to chance, like, hey, how am I gonna know, like, when she's actually gonna leave? It might blow up too early, might blow up too late, I don't know. But if someone was watching and had, like, a remote button, a remote detonator, if it were me, I would fucking blow it up as soon as she was, like, within 10 feet of the vicinity of the car. I don't know how close you need to be to the explosion to die, but at the very least, like, she was close enough to cause major damage. Why did you give her the time to drop her keys and then give enough time for Hasselhoff to take her to safety? Granted, Hasselhoff is like a fucking superhero, so there's no way you could have been fast enough to blow it up without Hasselhoff getting her to safety. And of course now she's scared, and Hasselhoff says, well, you could stay in my place. Oh yeah, Hasselhoff is getting laid tonight. You know what? Maybe Hasselhoff set the bomb using the whole, like, oh, well, people are being tried to kill. I will take advantage of that, and I'm getting laid tonight. Hasselhoff! He is playing 3D chess while the rest of us are playing checkers. Now, the next morning, David Hasselhoff is talking to Angie Harmon, and he's got some suspicions about this girl. You know, because he's thinking, you know, the timing was a little too convenient, you know. It blew up right before, like, they would have gotten, or not right before, but while they were far enough away to not get completely blown up, but happened to blow up just when they were at the, going to the car, which I agree is, which is what I said, right? Like, the timing of it's, like, just very weird and lucky. So, Hasselhoff tells Angie Harmon to go have a run checked on the key fob, see if it could trigger a bomb. I'm gonna guess it did. Wow, I was not expecting this girl to be the one who's the murderer. But, I mean, still, it could be just a trick. She could be getting framed, and you know what? I'm still putting my money on that guy at the party who was like, who seemed to not want an investigation. I think he's still in on it. Meanwhile, Hasselhoff talks to some guy who's fishing that apparently he knows. And so I don't know if he knows him from Baywatch days, and it's kind of like a callback to that, or if... Because I'm pretty sure I haven't seen him before in this show, of him having like this kind of buddy who can help him out with things. And he's going to run a background check or something on this girl. But in exchange, Hasselhoff has got to set up a date for him with Donna D'Errico. Which, you know what? Shoot for the sky, my man. If you're going to ask for a favor, just go all the way with it. And be like, yeah, I want to date with Donna D'Errico. Because there's no way that date would ever happen, because I'm pretty nerdy. But Hasselhoff, you can make it happen. Which probably can make it happen, because the guy, unfortunately, did not put a caveat in it of David Hasselhoff can't sleep with Donna D'Errico first. And I think that's how he's going to make the date happen. So he'll be like, Donna, you go out with this guy, and I'll give you the Hasselhoff. Now, it's late night over at the office, and it's the guy who didn't want the investigation. I told you! He did it! He did it! I'm telling you, I was right all along. And so, Gardner's there, in disguise as a repairman, and taking pictures of secret documents and files and whatnot, that I'm not really sure even a repairman would have access to. Apparently this company is very, very light on security. That, like, important documents are just laying out there for the janitor to go and take pictures of. Who knows? Meanwhile, the guy who didn't want the investigation, his dehumidifier is kind of going crazy. Maybe releasing some poison gas. And he tries to get out because he can't breathe. But the doorknobs fall off. He's been trapped. And, oh, I guess I was wrong. It wasn't him. But then again, I did think the same thing about the girl. Thinking, oh, they planned to kill her. And she set it up. So there still could be the chance that he just set this all up and knew that Garner was there and could break in the door to save him. Which is what happens. And no, we probably could rule him out. So I'm going with the woman that Hasselhoff may or may not have banged. So Hasselhoff talks to Donna D'Errico and is like, oh, I got this friend that he wants to meet you. And she's all like, oh no, don't set me up, you fucking asshole. And then Hasselhoff says the magic words. And not that you can ride my hog if you meet this guy, though I think that would have worked as well. He tells her that he works for the federal government in the Treasury Department. I'm not sure what the appeal of that is, but it works. I mean, she doesn't say yes, but more importantly, she doesn't say no. So she probably will meet with this guy because he works for the Treasury Department. I mean, does she think that means he has a lot of money? Because, well, I'm sure he gets paid well, but he doesn't have actual access to the Treasury money to just go flaunt it about and just take it home for himself. I mean, I guess he could if he didn't want to keep his job and was just wanting to go to federal prison, which, for Donna D'Errico, I will chance that. But, it looks like that, and they ran some background, so the guy kept up his end of the bargain, and the girl, she is Special Forces, or ex-Special Forces. She knows quite a bit. And more than that, her father killed himself, because his company got absorbed by this other company, which I think she works for. I'm now so super confused on how the corporate structure of this works. Someone's company took over someone else's company, and the guy killed himself, and his daughter has just sworn revenge, I guess. But I think, has she worked her way up in the company to be an executive? Because this is like some long-term revenge shit, which, Hasselhoff, cut and run now. Bitch is fucking crazy. I apologize. This woman is fucking crazy. No need to slander her and call her a bitch. And Angie Harmon comes back with the results, and the key fob has been modified, that it can set off a bomb. Oh no, all signs point to this girl is the responsible one. So they get into Hasselhoff's truck, or maybe it's Gardner's truck. Where's the Lamborghini? Or Ferrari, or whatever sports car he was driving beforehand. Well, I guess you don't want to drive that. But they drive off, and I don't know if this is an accident or if it's foreshadowing, but the van truck thing, I think it's more a truck, is leaking transmission fluid. It's leaking something. There was a leak underneath the car as they drove off. So I don't know if it just... Is this going to come into play? Like, they're about to get there and about to get the lady, and the car breaks down. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, it's Chekhov's oil stain. It's something better fucking like come of that. So the Hasselhoff Detective Agency figures out the next victim somehow. I don't know. They're just good with these things. And the crazy lady has like just grabbed her and by gunpoint has handcuffed her to the side of a ship that she's going to drive off into the middle of the ocean and set off a bomb and blow it up. I'm not sure if the crazy lady herself is going to still be on the boat. I guess if this is the last person, she's just like, fuck it, I'm taking us both out. Right? Maybe. Where did I go with that? But luckily Hasselhoff is able to commandeer a jet ski and catches up to the boat. And the girl kicks him in the face. And kicks him a few more times, but that's not enough to stop Hasselhoff. He is superhuman. You can fucking kick him all day long. It ain't gonna knock him down. And so he punches her. But unfortunately, the bomb is set up that if you pull it out of its spot, it's gonna immediately go off. So they can't just dump it overboard. But the lady's handcuffed. How are they gonna do? So luckily, there's a toolbox, and inside the toolbox is a blowtorch. So they're able to blowtorch the handcuffs off. And then they jump and the crazy girl comes to, but she doesn't jump. She decides to go down. Which, I mean, I guess, you know, she's looking at a fuck ton amount of jail time. So, yeah, I might as well just go down with the boat and blow up. But luckily, Hasselhoff and this other lady that he's totally gonna bang make it safe. Now for the wrap up, we're back at the bar, and you know the guy, Hasselhoff's friend, has shown up, and he wants to meet Donna D'Errico. And Donna is first trying to weasel her way out of it, but you know she tells Hasselhoff that you know he owes her, because like you know she didn't say yes, she didn't say no, but she didn't say yes, but she's agreed now to do it, but Hasselhoff owes her, and I'm guessing that owing her is that she gets to ride his hog. And I don't mean a motorcycle. So she agrees, and they meet, and I don't know, then that's kind of where it goes off. And not a minute too soon. I don't know. I'm glad we learned a little bit about, you know, how corporate takeovers are evil, and greedy people should be blown up. I'm not sure that was the lesson I was supposed to take away from this, but it's the lesson I'm taking away from this. So that was episode 11 of Baywatch Nights, which, if my calculations are correct, 33 more episodes. Oh dear Lord. I love you guys.